Welcome back to SMarchive. I'm Kevin Smith. Okay, 2005, I think it was Marchish. We held our first Vulgarthon here on the West Coast. Vulgarthon, which is something we've done many times in our little View Askew hometown of Red Bank, New Jersey, at the theaters right there on White Street. We basically rent out a movie theater and we show all the movies we've made, some movies our friends have made that we produced. Generally, it was like Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, and then you would see A Better Place and Big Helium Dog or something like that, or Vulgar. So it was a mishmash, a little homegrown film festival. You know, the theaters in Red Bank seated total about 500. So when we came out to California to move permanently, 2002, I always wanted to do one here, hold the Vulgarthon here, and we eventually did in 2005. We rented out the Cinerama Dome and sold tickets, and it was awesome. And we sold that place out, 800 seats. It was packed, an all-day event. And here are a couple little news pieces. Don't really even go inside or anything like that. You could see the inside on stuff like Chasing Amy. We did the 10th anniversary Q&A. That was shot during that Vulgarthon in the Cinerama Dome. If you watch Jeff Anderson's movie, Now You Know, on DVD, there's an extra, the bonus feature shows the Q&A. That was also shot same time. So, and we also showed an extended cut of Jersey Girl, which you're gonna hear people make some cracks about, man. These are two little news pieces that ran on Vulgarthon, one on the local news and one I think it was cable or CNN or something like that. I can't remember, but in any event, check out these two little news blurbs for Vulgarthon 2005.
CNN Headline News, 24/7.
Well, you know you've arrived as a writer-director when A, you have fans, and B, those fans are prepared to spend 14 consecutive hours of their valuable time watching your movies. Kevin Smith enthusiasts did just that for Smith's 4th annual Vulgarthon in Hollywood. Smith's film Chasing Amy was on the bill. Some even sat through an extended version of Jersey Girl, a film most remember as a critical bomb.
Good evening, I'm Hal Fishman.
I'm Leela Feinstein.
Indie filmmaker Kevin Smith is resting after enduring a 14-hour marathon of his own movies. Nope, it wasn't to prove a political point. It was simply Kevin's 4th annual Vulgarthon. It ended at 12 a.m. today.
Okay, the next piece I'm going to show you has absolutely nothing to do with what you just watched, the Vulgarthon stuff. Back in the day, I used to jump out and direct commercials every once in a while. I directed a Diet Coke commercial, some Nike commercials with Jason Mewes of all people, and I directed these commercials for Panasonic. It was for a campaign for a piece of hardware they called e-ware, a little camera that you carried around, you know, to make kind of videos. The same thing we do with our phones now, but this was a couple years back. So essentially, you know, you were still able to be like, you need a separate camera for this. So we created, I didn't create, I was hired to direct. They created a campaign around this little guy who was Mr. E. And I guess when they aired it, they got a complaint, you know, from people who were just like, how dare you use little people for these ridiculous purposes. And so Panasonic yanked the commercials off. So I don't know if anybody's ever really seen them. And maybe they'll make us yank them down, but hopefully not, because, you know, they're fun to watch. We shot them up in Toronto. So when you shoot some commercials and then they yank them off the air, you sit there going like, well, wasn't that a complete and utter waste of time? Some people would say, isn't shooting a commercial a complete and utter waste of time? Well, you know, number one, I got paid, so obviously not. But number two, something really good did come out of it. I met this dude, Ed Janda, who was kind of a fan of all the flicks we had done, a very unlikely fan. And we'd sit around talking between takes. And we became really good friends, and Ed was in every movie I did after that. You could see him in Clerks 2. He's the guy that comes in, fireman, and he's like, what the fuck, when he sees the donkey. He was just in Red State. He was the guy that's trying to fix up John Goodman's leg, and John Goodman's like, go get a rifle, you know, and chases him away a little bit. He's in almost everything I've done since I shot these commercials. So even though nobody ever saw them and whatnot, and some people would be like, well, what a waste of time, I met Ed Janda, so it was a cool thing. So without further ado, man, check out these e-ware commercials. You tell me if you find them insulting, as Panasonic was told that they were, and when they yanked them off the air.
That was good.
too good to miss. Pay attention, dipstick. You need this. It's eWare from Panasonic. Something happens, you record it, you got it. Let's try that again.
Video, MP3s, photos. The eWare AV recorder from Panasonic. Have a little fun.
What's up, fish belly? Going on vacation, are ya? Fun in the sun, huh? Bring this along. It's eWare from Panasonic. You can take the good times and send them to all your friends. And it's small, almost as small as...
Video, MP3s, photos. The eWare AV recorder from Panasonic. Have a little fun.
So there they are, man, the two 30-second spots. I was going to say two little spots, but we won't say little, people get really uptight. Because they got yanked off the air for that very reason. Now, check out, well, these were sent out on a DVD, like to the press or whatever. Here's the intro that I did, and right after that is a little kind of making of, behind the scenes spot, which you could check out. Hi, and welcome to what I think you guys are going to find very, very surprising coming from the likes of Panasonic. This is a campaign that good folks at Panasonic asked me to put together with the help of Gray Advertising, who they actually put it together, and I just came out and shot it. For their new product, the eWare, and mini DV camera slash MPEG and JPEG and MP3 player. It's an interesting campaign and pretty wacky for the folks at Panasonic. So give it a watch and get ready to check out E-Man, who I'm sure won't become nearly as annoying as that Where's the Beef lady did by the end, but it might have the same magic that Where's the Beef lady had when you first saw that spot, until they did like 96 more spots, and then you were like, all right, I know where the beef is, and it ain't in this commercial. So check out these Panasonic spots that I directed. I was lucky enough to direct. E-Man, pitching eWare, coming out at you.
You looking at?
What you're looking at is Panasonic's new campaign for its super small, super cool eWare AV recorder. Part of the eWare line of products, this great new gadget packs a video camera, MP3 player, digital still camera, and voice recorder, all in one tiny package. And to spread the word about this digital dynamo, Gray Advertising partnered with indie director Kevin Smith, whose films include Clerks, Chasing Amy, Dogma, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I like everything Panasonic does, because Panasonic is for me. I really need a flat screen TV.
Smith brought his quirky humor and offbeat style to the creation of the perfect spokesperson. Meet E-Man, a little guy with a lot of attitude who's ready to hit the scene and spread the word about eWare.
I think there are some people like Olivier Hoffman, you can watch them read the phone book. You just buy it in a heartbeat. Same thing with E-Man.
And once the shooting started, it was more than just a little fun.
Yeah!
And in the end, Panasonic had two great spots that were full of laughs.
Oh, these spots were supposed to be funny?
Did you hear that?
Based on that, perhaps we should reshoot.
eWare. Have a little fun. Only from Panasonic.
So that's it for SMarchive this week. Thanks for hanging out with me here in my office, the SMarchive, if you will. Remember, kids, man, don't throw anything away, man. Just throw that shit in the SMarchive.